My husband handed me divorce papers on our 5th anniversary because he wanted to marry a wealthy woman who could boost his career. He told me I was holding him back, calling me a broke orphan with no future. He had no idea that the billionaire CEO he was dying to impress to save his failing company was actually me. For 5 years, I played a role. I pretended to be a struggling freelance artist because I wanted to be sure that the man I married loved me for who I was, not for my family's empire. My grandfather left me the majority shares of the Maplewood Group, one of the largest conglomerates in the country, but I kept my identity hidden under my mother's maiden name. I wanted a simple life. But my husband, Mike, and his mother made that simple life a living hell. From the day we got married, my mother-in-law, Linda, treated me like dirt. She would come over to our small apartment, run her finger over the shelves checking for dust, and say things like, "I don't know what Mike sees in you. You have no money, no connections, and you don't even dress well. You are an anchor around his neck." Mike never defended me. In fact, as he climbed the corporate ladder at a mid-sized tech firm, he became just like her. He started staying out late, hiding his phone, and criticizing everything I did. He would say, "Why can't you be more like Jessica? She's the VP's daughter. She has ambition. You just sit here painting all day." It broke my heart, because I was using my own private funds to pay off his student loans secretly, pretending it was a bank error or a scholarship he forgot about. I was literally paying for his success while he mocked me for being poor. The breaking point came last week. I had prepared a nice dinner for our anniversary. Mike walked in, didn't even look at the food, and tossed a manila envelope on the table. He said, "I want a divorce. I'm moving Jessica in next week, so you need to be out by tomorrow." I was stunned. I asked him why. He laughed and said, "Jessica can get me a meeting with the new owners of the company. We are about to be acquired by the Maplewood Group. If I secure this deal, I'll be set for life. I need a power couple image, and frankly, you are embarrassing." His mother was there too, smirking. She told me, "Finally, my son is getting the woman he deserves. Take your trash bags and leave." I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I just looked at him and asked, "Are you sure you want to do this, Mike?" He replied, "I have never been more sure. Get out." So, I left. But I didn't go to a shelter like they hoped. I went to my penthouse downtown. I called my board of directors and told them I was ready to take my seat as the active CEO. I told them to schedule the acquisition meeting with Mike's company for Monday morning. The weekend passed, and I ignored all his texts, bragging about how happy he was with Jessica. Monday morning arrived. This was the day Mike thought he would become a millionaire. If you are enjoying this story so far and want to see more karma served instantly, please take a second to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. Now, let's get back to the boardroom. I walked into the headquarters of Mike's company wearing a $3,000 custom suit, flanked by my legal team and security. The receptionist, who used to ignore me when I brought Mike lunch, nearly fell out of her chair. We walked straight to the conference room. Mike was there with his boss and Jessica. He was laughing, looking confident. When the door opened and I walked in, the room went silent. Mike looked confused. He stood up and said, "What are you doing here? Did you follow me? This is a restricted meeting." "Security, get her out of here!" He turned to his boss and said, "I am so sorry. This is my ex-wife. She's mentally unstable and stalking me." Jessica chimed in, saying, "Honey, this is pathetic. You need to leave before we call the police." I didn't say a word. I just walked to the head of the table and sat down. The current CEO of Mike's company, a man who knew exactly who I was, turned pale. He stood up and said, "Mike, shut up. Sit down." Mike looked at him, bewildered. "But, sir, she's trespassing." The CEO looked at Mike with terror in his eyes and said, "She isn't trespassing, you idiot. She is the owner of the Maplewood Group. She is the one buying us." The silence that followed was deafening. You could hear a pin drop. Mike's face went from red to ghost white. He stuttered, looking at me. Then the CEO, then back to me. No, that's impossible. She's broke. She's a nobody. I leaned forward, clasped my hands, and spoke for the first time. I said, "Correction, Mike. I am the woman who paid off your student loans. I am the woman who quietly fixed your resume so you got this job. And I am the woman who owns this building, this company, and your career. And as of 5 minutes ago, I am deciding whether to fire the entire management team or just the incompetent ones." Mike started trembling. He tried to pivot immediately. He put on that fake charm and said, "Babe, honey, wait. You know I didn't mean any of that. I was just stressed. I did it for us. I wanted to impress the new owners so we could have a better life." I scoffed. "For us? You served me divorce papers and moved your mistress into our home. There is no us." I turned to his boss and said, "The acquisition will proceed, but on one condition. I refuse to have dishonest people on my payroll. He is a liability. It's him or the deal." His boss didn't even hesitate. He looked at Mike and said, "You're fired. Pack your things." Jessica, realizing the golden goose was cooked, immediately stood up. She looked at Mike with disgust and said, "You told me you were a top executive. You're just a loser getting fired by his ex-wife? I'm out of here." She grabbed her bag and walked out. Mike fell to his knees, literally begging. He was crying, grabbing the hem of my pants, saying, "Please, don't do this. I have nowhere to go. My mom sold her house to move in with us. We will be homeless." I looked down at him and felt nothing. I said, "You wanted a power couple image, Mike. Now you have the freedom to find one. Security, remove him." 2 large guards dragged him out of the room while he screamed my name. It was the most satisfying moment of my life. But the story doesn't end there. Here is a quick update on what happened 2 months later. Mike tried to sue me for alimony, claiming he was accustomed to a certain lifestyle. My lawyers destroyed him in court. Since I had kept my finances separate, and he was the one who abandoned the marriage for an affair, he got absolutely nothing. He is currently living in a motel with his mother. Speaking of his mother, Linda showed up at my office lobby a week after the firing. She was crying, putting on a big show for the receptionists, screaming that I was an ungrateful daughter-in-law. I went down to see her. She tried to hug me, saying, "Oh, honey, I always knew you were special. I was just testing you. We are family." I told the security guard, "If this woman ever steps foot on this property again, have her arrested for harassment." Last I heard, Mike is working as a delivery driver for a pizza place, and Jessica blocked his number. He sent me an email yesterday asking if we could just get coffee to talk about closure. I didn't reply. I just forwarded it to my HR department to add to the restraining order file. The best revenge isn't just success. It's realizing that the people who hurt you never deserved you in the first place. So, what do you think? Was I too harsh? Or did he get exactly what he deserved? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story of nuclear revenge, please smash that like button and subscribe for more daily stories. Thanks for watching.